Hello, welcome back to the inaugural return episode of Podcast of Sorts, and I am your host of sorts, Lucas. And I just want to say that it's been, first of all, I know timestamps are a thing, and YouTube videos have dates on them, and it's very clear that I've been gone for quite a while. And I have an explanation of sorts, no pun intended. Now, I wanted to wait to upgrade my recording sources, or how I record audio and how I edit the video, because what I was doing previously is I would record the audio and then I would just hit upload on YouTube. I would listen to the whole thing, make sure it sounded okay, and make sure there was nothing I was needing to clarify further, or if anything I needed to add anything, or if I just needed to redo the whole recording because there was background sounds. All of those things I would take into account, and then I would upload it. But now I'm hoping to have this whole operation just edited a lot better. And so I have a new laptop that is going to help me with that, and I'm using Premiere because that was the only reliable recording source that I could think of that I would get my bang for my buck. So I signed up for that, and that's that story. That is why I'm here. And I'm back. I missed doing this. I know I hesitated saying that, but the words where I wanted to go with that is I missed doing this, but also I'm glad to be back. Because it's an audio journal, pretty much, but not as personal as a journal. I find that making this podcast is a lot of fun for me because, I get to speak my mind, and not that I don't get the chance to speak my mind, but it's, like I said, probably in the first episode, it's just a creative outlet. It's just a place where I can experiment and do the things that I want to do. I enjoy making content, and I want to make a lot of kinds of content. I don't discriminate. I'm not, I don't want to be just an artist. I don't want to be just an author. I don't want to be just a podcaster. I mean, if I ended up one thing, that's not the end of the world. I just find that I like to diversify with my interests, and so I end up doing a lot of different things, and sometimes that gets hectic and it gets really stressful, because I'm trying to balance writing in the real sense, not the real sense. Every kind of writing is writing, but writing like stories, and then writing content for this YouTube channel, and then, thinking of the podcast and what I want to talk about. So it's a lot of work. And I'm not trying to say that I work really hard. If anything, one of the reasons I also took a hiatus, or such a long break, is because it was just a lot of work. It was, I had school, I had work, I had friends, I had family, and I had YouTube. And I really, really admire the YouTubers that, step beyond those stressors and they find ways to do things, because it's not hard. I guess it's just hard for me. It's a lot to juggle. And since it's summer vacation for me, I'm taking the time to put in the effort and make more content of all kinds, because that's what I want to do. I want to see what sticks, You're not going to really find out what really does stick until you try it out, what appeals to you the most. And I found that I've been doing that sort of thing for a while now. I had, past tense, a previous YouTube channel, and I don't remember the username, and that's a good thing, because I was making story videos where I would have gameplay, and I'd have a script, and that script and the gameplay would correlate. The very first episode, I don't even remember the title of the series. The very first episode was recruiting for a new time-traveling pilot, I think. And there was like this war going on across time and space. So the first episode was their training grounds episode, and I used the training mission from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 because, that fit the atmosphere best. And so I used that video, and then I recorded my audio over it. So I've been doing something similar to what I've been trying to do for a while, but I finally have I have better resources. I'm not using a tower of books in my iPod to record this content. I'm just using my iPhone right now, but I'm going to be editing it, so hopefully it looks a little nicer. It's not just a black screen, and that'll also affect my story content. That's absolutely where I was going with this. Like, I'm totally fine slapping on a generic background and, editing the audio so it sounds nice, but keeping the podcast as simple as possible, because I think the appeal is that it's not scripted. That's the appeal for me, is I don't know what I'm going to say. I have an idea. I walked in knowing generally what I want to talk about. I wanted to bring you up to speed with where I've been, and what things are going to look like from this day forward, or from this podcast onward. So I had a few things on the to-do list, but other than that, I am just completely rambling, and I'm completely comfortable with that too. After doing 6 episodes of this, I've hit my groove. I understand what silence would sound like on this. I understand how to fill that silence. I understand maybe not audience interaction just yet, leaving space for questions, or even space in the audio for questions, like if I were to pause and make commentary and give you enough time to think about it. I haven't figured out, so I'm not a master. I haven't figured out everything, but, with 6 episodes under my belt, I have a better understanding of what I do and how I do it. And I enjoy it. I said that before, podcasts are fun. I wish I had the attention span to listen to more podcasts, but I just don't. And I'm working on that. I'm working on attention span. I'm working on buckling down and working hard. Even when, I just feel depressed and I don't want to do anything, because, I personally find that when I'm busy or when I'm working on something that I enjoy, I am less depressed. I'm less feeling low, because I just focus all my energy into the work. And sometimes the work sucks, but that's just how it is. But yeah, I'm back, and I am very excited to begin to test the waters with editing and making this a little nicer. And maybe that means that I can add in different things. I'm not sure where I'm going with this in terms of the editing the podcast, because like I said in the beginning, it's just off the cuff. It's impromptu, and I would say honest. I'm not going to be dishonest about it. Just because I'm talking doesn't mean I should cover up things. But yeah, I hope that you're excited this has returned, because, I'm excited, and there's going to be more stuff down the line. And it's, if it doesn't get me anywhere, that's okay. I'm not shooting for fame. And I know everyone says that. They do, like, I didn't start doing this for the fame or the money, but here I am. I don't know what I want. What I do want is to express myself more clearly and in the many medias I can, because I like to engage people. I like to talk to people. I like to listen to people. And they always say, like, make what you want to watch or make what you want to read. And this is something I'd want. I'd want to listen to someone talk. And I know that's the whole premise of a podcast, but this is an unscripted, no questions in front of me, no subjects. I'm just, at my desk, and I am completely processing this on the go, just right now. And if you've been following along for 6 episodes now, you understand that that's how it goes. I mean, you could watch the first episode and then you not watch the rest, and you know that I just talk. But each episode is a different topic, and I would maybe reflect on the past one, or, So, I don't know what is in store with my new fancy doodad Adobe Premiere, but I know things are in store. And, I look forward to interacting with you more on a personal level. I would love to, hear from you in any way. At the moment, I know this is just family and friends, because, I have maybe, 3 subscribers, I think. I'm not sure. The views on this thing is crazy. I was looking at some of them, and I think episode 6 had 40, maybe, which is crazy to me. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to respond to that. That's a lot of views for a podcast that's just shared with friends and family. And I'm grateful. I'm beyond grateful. I just, wow. What are people doing watching 40 times? I mean, it's maybe a 19-minute thing, 18, 20. I tried to keep it like relatively short, and I'm not sure how long this one's going for. I'm just filling you in and making sure I hit all the key points, but also just because I haven't done this in a while, and I thought it'd be fun to talk longer. 40 views though, just it's crazy. It's crazy. I do want to say, if I haven't been super clear, there's going to be more stuff on here. It's not going to be just podcasts. I'm going to try and make story content. I'm going to try to make story content, but I am definitely going to make more podcasts for sure. I'm not sure if they will be different podcasts, but at the moment, this is the one podcast idea I have. It'd be lovely to have guests and conversations with you guys. So I guess that would put me into a more scripted environment, but we'll work that out as we go. Right now, this is just freestyle, and I hope you're enjoying it. I hope that this content excites you, and and if it doesn't excite you and you don't like it, it turns out that after 7 episodes, you're kind of, that's okay. I totally appreciate your honesty. I hope whatever you're looking for in podcasts or video content is there for you, because, that's what I want. What I want is for people, and that sounds selfish, but what I want is to find people that make things that I would want to watch, which basically just means you find like-minded people who make things that intrigue you. Whether that's a Let's Play, or it's a DIY, or it's makeup, or it's, anything. Vloggers, everyone has a different style, and I like to think that, we just choose the styles we want to watch. I don't know where I was going with that. Just straightforward. Style is what's important. I mean, not style, but not the true definition of style, but how you create your content and what your content looks like. That's style. A John Green novel is not the same as Kurt Vonnegut by any means. Those are different styles. That's what I mean. I wanted to clear that up so that there was no confusion. But yeah, I hope that you stick around and see what kind of videos I turn out. I don't want to, make it razzle dazzle, like, oh, what mysteries await? Like, I have no idea. It's a mystery to me as well. Maybe I'll end up just making more podcasts, or I'll end up making more story content than podcasts. I have no idea. But if you have any suggestions or any thoughts, I would love to hear them. I will check the YouTube comments as much as possible, and I will, of course, respond if I can, or if I'm not busy, or yeah, that does add some limitations to when I can respond. I will do my best to respond. My only guideline would be constructive criticism, because, if someone tells you, you say yeah and like and but a lot, I understand. But it's a off-the-cuff podcast. I don't really know what to tell you. I don't have words in front of me, so I'm going to use my natural vocabulary to fill the space and indicate to you that I am continuing my thought, and I'm not going to, be like, well, that's what I'm going to be like, but I'm not going to sit in silence and mentally just be grasping for a conversation. I'm going to inform you vocally that I'm still thinking. That was a long-winded explanation just to say, like, just constructive criticism. Like, if you didn't like it, that's great. I want to know why. Like, you didn't like that I rambled. You don't like that there's no topics, that you don't know what you're going to expect. Maybe the black screen just really didn't entice you. You didn't like staring at nothing, because not everyone turns off their, leaves their YouTube on, and some people just like to watch. So maybe you prefer face cam, maybe you don't. Those would be constructive criticisms, I would suppose. I don't know. Just lay it on me, and we'll go from there. If you liked it, you didn't like it. I want to know why. I want to know why, because that would help. That would help me more. And I've been talking for quite a while, and I apologize, because I haven't done this in a while. So my power to come to a stop naturally is not back up to speed, but maybe that's a good thing, because I can fill you in with more, and we can break ground part 2. If the pilot episode was breaking ground part 1, this is breaking ground part 2. I know there's 5 episodes in between this one and the first one, but I just want to revamp the series, I suppose, and fill you in. And so this would be my informal vlog of sorts. It's an informal podcast, just telling you the state of the YouTube channel as a sort. I also kind of sort of want to like stream things and talk over them, so that you actually have something to watch. And what I would do there is I would most likely just record the gameplay by myself with no audio, and then I would go over it and talk. So you would have this format right here, but you'd be looking at something, so that you're not awfully bored, if that's the case. Some people, like me, just kind of like close their eyes or play something else, like not the end of the world if you're not staring at your phone or your computer or your device, whatever. So yeah, I do want to try more things. Because I now have the technology to do so, and I just want to entertain a little more. I want to make it more fun for you and me. But I'm gonna stick to my roots of sorts, and make it about the commentary and not the gameplay, I suppose. So that in turn would make it not so much a Let's Play channel, but just commentary. I want you to feel that this is still about us talking. That it's not about me, putting on a funny game and look how funny this game is. Like, let's talk about it. If the game is interesting and I want to talk about it, it's different. But as of right now, it's just commentary. Maybe I'll do video essays. That would be scripted, but that does also interest me. I do enjoy a really good video essay, and I think, and I've done quite a few of essays, and there's one in particular I want to transfer. Those aren't the words. I want to convert one of my essays on my old blog that I don't use anymore into a video essay, because well, let me just explain what it is. I did an essay on Michael Scott from The Office. I analyzed his character. I watched the entire series up until he left, and then the episode when he returned. Hopefully that's not a spoiler. I'm not sure. It's been quite a few years since The Office ended, so if you don't know that by now, I'm sorry. But it happens. So I go through his whole character. I wrote down a bunch of notes, and I wrote an essay. And now it's an essay, but it's not very long. It's a short essay. And I would love to give him the full video essay format. I would love to just dive into his character, pausing clips and talking about it. But that requires more mechanical skill that I don't have just yet. So I'm like a Pokemon trainer without HM cut. I don't know how to cut down trees, so I can't move forward, or surf, So I gotta learn those skills before I can do that. But I want to put it on the back burner, and if it doesn't come out, I'm sorry. If you guys were excited about it, I was excited about it, or I am. But I don't want to put out bad content because I'm not able to do it. I want to give it the vision treatment. I want to make it the way I want it to look. But I'm not going to be a perfectionist about it. I'm just saying, like, I want to do it justice and not just, like, throw in a video, like, do this, but with, like, clips or, like, little images of Michael Scott. I want it to be fully analytical to the best of its abilities. But yeah, those are somewhat goals. It's more like here's what you can kind of expect in the future, so you're not, like, mystified or left wondering. I do want to just be clear about that those are the things I'm interested in doing, and as soon as this video is finished, I am finished on my end, quote unquote, but not uploaded, because I'm going to edit it and just take it from there. I hope you enjoyed this returning episode of Podcast of Sorts, and as always, I am your host of sorts, Lucas. See ya.